Kanchanur is a Shiva Sthalam, in which Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati have enshrined as in the name of Lord Agneeswarar and Sri Karpahambal. Out of the 9 planetary deities shrines, this sthala belongs to planet Venus, the god of materialistic life, also called as Sukran in Tamil language. In the planetary hierarchy, it holds 6th place. He is the son of sage Bhrigu, and the grandson of Lord Brahma. As he is the guru of the demons, he has been called as Sakracharya. He is the ardent devotee of Lord Shiva, and by his grace, Sakracharya has got the power of making the dead alive. This mantra, he got from Lord Shiva, which is called as Amirth Sanjeevani. He has been depicted as being worn white silk, and garlanded with white lotus, seated on the transcendental carrier of Garuda, as well the crocodile. There has been a legend that once upon, the devas and demons had a tough war, in which Lord Vishnu fought against the demons, and they couldn't able to withstand, for a long time. The demons, no way, had sheltered in the hermitage of their guru Sakracharya. But Lord Vishnu followed them to the hermitage, and killed the demons with one of his weapon chakra. While having done so, his chakra also beheaded Sakracharya's wife Sukirtha. On having seen this, Sakracharya cursed Lord Vishnu for what he had decapitated Sukirtha's head, as she had been the innocent. He cursed Lord Vishnu to take birth as a man for the deed he had done to his wife Sukirtha. As this incarnation, with Lord Shiva's grace, had been for the welfare of the mankind, Lord Vishnu also admitted the curse as a boon to take birth as Arathuthar. What we now call as Kanchanur, once upon, was called as Kamsanoor, and also as Palasavanam. There lived the Vaishnavas, belonged to Pathinaankam Kothiram. As they had been the ardent devotees of Lord Vishnu, they insulted the followers of Saivism, in which Lord Shiva has been the supremacy god in Hinduism. So, in order to disclose the secret of the philosophy of Saivism, Lord Vishnu had taken birth as the son of one of the fierce Vaishnavas, named as Vasudevar, who belonged to Kasiyaba Gothiram, that is, one of the divisions in Vaishnavism. The child was named as Sudharsan, and strange things had happened as he grew up. When he spoke, the very first word had been none other than Shiva Shiva. When the child about to walk, he first went to Lord Agneeswarar temple, Kanchanur. The child Sudharsan, when grown up, made contact with only the devotees of Lord Shiva, and had only worshipped Lord Agneeswarar and goddess Sri Karpahambal. He wore thirunir, the holy ashes, on all over his body, and chanted the Shiva mantram, the Panchaksharam regularly. This made annoyance over the child Sudharsan by his father Vasudevar. He was forced to wear Thiruman, the Vaishnavite symbol, instead of Thirunir, the Saivaite symbol. He chanted Shiva mantram instead of Narayana mantram. He never went to Varatharaja temple at Kanchanur. All the deeds done by his son Sudharsan made Vasudevar angry with him, and asked his son to leave home. Sudharsan didn't care about his father's annoyance, and he left his home. After having left his home, Sudharsan went to Agneeswarar temple, and listened to hymns of Lord Shiva, for a long time, and slept in the temple itself. Midnight, Lord Shiva appeared before him, as Guru Dakshinamurti, and preached him, the whole Veda, Purana, epics, and Dharma Sastras. After this, Sudharsan had been named as Harathuthar by Lord Dakshinamurti. Next day, after having taken bath, Harathuthar went to his home, and explained the supremacy of Lord Shiva, by pointed out the Veda Sastra, to his father. But this made more angry over Harathuthar, and his father had ordered him to accept one dreadful challenge, that Harathuthar should disclose the supremacy of Lord Shiva, by having stood on the red-hot heated seat in front of the scholars of both Saivam and Vaishnavism at Lord Bharadharaja Perumal Temple, Kanchanur. Having surrounded with all the scholars of both Saivam and Vaishnavism, Harathuthar stood on the red-hot heated seat, and explained the supremacy of Lord Shiva, by having pointed out the proofs in the Veda Sastras. This is said to have been happened in front of the shrine of Garudun, the transcendental carrier of Lord Vishnu, in the temple of Bharadharaja Perumal. Amidst the showers of fragrant flowers, by the Devas, Lord Agneeswarar, with goddess Srikarpagambal appeared before Harathuthar, and blessed him with a blissful scenario. Later, Harathuthar had done a lot of wonders, in which one among them had been to make the stone Nandi feeding the grass. This had been done in order to prove that Shiva mantra could have retrieved the sin of killing a calf, mistakenly happened by an old Brahmanan. Harathuthar had done a lot of wonders, while having preached the Shiva mantra, and its virtues, to the people. For one example, there has been a legend that Deva Sambhu, a very old Brahmanan, had unexpectedly killed one calf, when he was stumbled, while carrying a grass pile. As the grass pile was heavy in weight, it killed the calf, when it had fallen on the calf unexpectedly. Deva Sambhu had been affected with Kaohathidhazam, that is, the sin of killing a cow. But when this happened, Deva Sambhu uttered the Shiva mantra, Shiva Shiva, unexpectedly. His neighborhood also told him to go to Kasi, in order to get rid the sin of killing the calf. But Harathuthar told that there had been no need for that, as it had been unexpectedly, and also added that the sin was retrieved when Deva Sambhu had uttered Shiva Shiva. The neighborhood didn't accept the approach of Harathuthar regarding this. Harathuthar also said that the departed calf got eternity, as it heard the Shiva mantra at the time of death. His words were also neglected by the scholars, as well by the neighborhood. At once, Harathuthar asked the Brahmanan, Deva Sambhu, to feed the stone Nandi, sat at the front of Lord Agneeswarar, a handful of grass, in order to prove his words. Deva Sambhu also went to the temple, and fed the Nandi with a handful of grass. A strange phenomenon had happened, that the stone Nandi ate the handful of grass from the Brahmanan Deva Sambhu. When having seen this, the neighborhood and the scholars accepted the supremacy of Lord Shiva and Saivism. His fame had spread all over the kingdom, not only but also to the nearby countries. There has been another legend that, a young man, called Gangadharan, who was Harathuthar's nephew, had been also a handicapped person. He was so much interested, to go to Kasi, to worship Lord Vishnu and goddess Sri Vishalakshi. As he was handicapped, this could have been impossible for him, to fulfill his desire. But, Harathuthar fulfilled his nephew's wish, just by asked him, to immerse in the river Kaveri at Kanchanur. What a surprise, his nephew raised in the river Ganges at Kasi. Having filled with delight, Gangadharan worshipped Kasi Vishvanathar, and Mother Vishalakshi, and had spent some days in Kasi. As Gangadharan wanted to return to his native, he didn't know what to do. Then, a Maharishi appeared before him, and preached him the Panchatsara mantra, and told him to immerse in river Ganges, and to raise in river Kaveri at Kanchanur. Suddenly the rishi disappeared from there. Gangadharan realized that, the person who preached him the Shiva mantra was, none other than, Kasi Vishvanathar. As told by the rishi, Gangadharan immersed in the river Ganges, and raised in the river Kaveri, at Kanchanur. He then, with the blessing of Harathuthar, had dug up one pond, Tirtha, to the southwest of Agneeswarar temple, and he named this Tirtha, as Manikarnikai. He built temple for Kasi Vishvanathar, and goddess Vishalakshi, on the banks of the Tirtha, and also an individual shrine for the rishi, Suyam Prakasar, one who preached the Panchatsaram at Kasi. Gangadharan is said to have been attained the moksha, the eternity, on the auspicious day of Achaya Terudiyai. Later, Harathuthar is also said to have been attained moksha, having been carried to Kailash, with the 14th Kothra Brahmanaus, by the Puspak Vimana, on the Tamil month of Tai, Valapure, Puncham Thithi. Kanchanur is situated 18 km to northeast of Kumbakonam, in Thiruvidamarudur taluk, of Tanjavur district, Tamil Nadu, India. It is under the hereditary trustee of Madurai Adhinam. Bus facilities are available from Kumbakonam, and Mayiladuthurai. Adithurai railway station is the nearest railway station.